Hi, I'm Noel Pereira. I grew up in Canberra and I moved to Sydney about 5 years ago. I'm a member of Vine Church and I've been coming to this church for about almost 2 years now. I grew up in a household where we went to church every Sunday. We would pray before dinner. At times we would sit around in a circle and pray the rosary. And God, Jesus and faith was definitely something in our lives, but at times a little bit transactional. When I was 27, almost 28, I met a really lovely woman who would later become my wife. We hit it off pretty quickly, and by the time I was 30, we were married. Unfortunately, that marriage did not last. Only 2.5 years later, I found myself alone and feeling quite defeated. I had felt that God had turned away from me. That faith that I thought I had wilted away. And it is just like in Jesus' parable that faith with little or roots in not very deep in the soil, it just dies. And that's what happened to me. I fell apart and I walked away from God. Close to a couple of years after that relationship had ended, I did feel something pulling me to look into having some kind of Christian life again. I can't explain that part, but what happened to really help pull that along was I did come into another relationship with a follower of Christ, and she encouraged me to do Christianity Explored here over at Vine Church, and I did it thinking, all right, I'll be a good boyfriend and go along to this thing. But while I was there, I started to listen a bit more. I thought I knew Jesus, or about Jesus, but not in this way that was really deep. The course definitely put some good things into perspective for me. It made me think about things in a way that I'd never thought about before. It also challenged me to not just read the Bible and just go, yep, that's it, but to really analyze it and bring questions up and talk about it with others. Well, I think it's actually a really good course for someone who has any interest or has any questions about Jesus, to start off a process to say, okay, who really was Jesus? What was he actually saying to us? Why was he saying that to us? Was he real? The last quarter of 2019 has been a pretty difficult one for me, and it has been another time where my faith has been tested. On the 15th of September, I was running the Blackmores Half Marathon, and 200 meters from the finish, I collapsed. What had happened was I'd had a cardiac arrest, and it was fortunate that there were people on hand to give me immediate care, and during that time, my heart had actually stopped for 9 minutes. But I'm here, I'm alive. All through this time, I've actually felt that God was with me, and I believe that I've definitely been held closer to God than before, and that my faith is still strong, that I've built roots that will continue to keep growing, maybe get challenged again, but I don't think they'll wither up with the sun, not this time.